Hello everyone, this is General History Gaming, and this is part 20, I believe, of our Panzer Corps 2 playthrough. So we're beginning to see that the British do have more of an air force left to commit into the battle. So that's unfortunate. But we are playing the Battle of El Alamein. Now they still have a lot more to commit into the battle. And we are now on turn 5. We're almost halfway through the battle. We are holding on at the moment, but the British continue to send more troops into the battle. So in our line, we're really starting to get really bogged down in heavy infantry assaults, heavy tank assaults. Although we are holding well here in the north, it's more the south and middle that's now beginning to worry me. Right where they have all this sort of armor concentrated. I don't really have a lot. I do have some anti-tank guns, and my air force is doing pretty well. Although we just lost a Panzer IV against just a Crusader. Jeez. And of course that Churchill is now giving me a lot of problems as well. So I'm gonna have to bring in another Panzer IV. And that air force really put a dampering on my anti-tanks as well, and that might be another reason I'm struggling here at the moment. And we just lost, at least it was just the Italian infantry. We just lost an anti-tank. Oh no, we're achieving losses everywhere. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Oh man. So our southern assault is really taking a hit. Which was sort of historically true. The South did start taking some big pounding, but the British actually held off their assaults, began to sort of hold off their assaults there in the South, and began focusing more on the North. If I can take out this Panzer, this Churchill, I might be in decent enough shape. Oh man. Alright, so I'm gonna start retreating, I think. This guy's encircled, so I can only retreat so much. Alright, let's go ahead and start purchasing some units that I lost. Let's go ahead and get another anti-tank gun. And what else? I lost a Panzer V. We'll start replacing them. Okay, I'm gonna start whittling away at this Air Force. Hopefully. I guess we'll start with their fighters. That way their bombers would be a little bit easier. Let's go ahead and one at a time, I guess. Actually, alright, we're gonna begin to pull this guy back. Hopefully he can rush back. I'll hold these guys in place, hopefully, just to slow him until I can get some troops down there. I feel like that artillery. I really need to. They keep reinforcing this artillery, this bishop. And it's starting to really give me some problems. Alright, sacrifice the Italian infantry, keep them forward. Oh, come on, no. Let's retry that. There we go. Thank you. In fact, where is my last Stuka? Can he reach him? Yes, I'll take the one hit. There we go. That Churchill's gone. That should make things a little bit easier here in the north. I'll place him between these two. So we had some moderate success here in the north. Go ahead and get him up to full strength. Problem is, they have so much massed artillery here. Alright, leave them here. We'll retreat these guys a little bit back to the ridge. And hopefully I can break out here in the north, take out these last two infantry units, and maybe sweep down with my armor, try and take out some of these artillery pieces that are giving me problems, and then maybe just sort of sweep my way down. Hold off as long as I can here in the south, and like I said, just sort of sweep my way down. That's the plan, at least. I don't know how well it's going to work. Which is totally the opposite of what the Germans did. Now, the Germans... Well, let me just explain. Montgomery launched a attack here in the north, right along the coastal road here. Oh, man. Oh, man. I didn't think about that. I knew he was weak. I should not have let them do that. And there goes my other anti-tank gun. But yeah, Montgomery launched a coastal attack here in the north. Carried out by the 9th Australian. They would, jeez, even with air support. They're still killing me. It was carried out by the 9th Australian, and 2 breakout was achieved. Oh my god. That's what they're focusing their artillery on. I didn't even notice that last time. And they upgraded that dang artillery piece again. So the 9th Australian attacked to the north. They actually halted pretty much all other assaults until the 9th Australian could make a breakout. But unfortunately for the 9th Australian, it would take over a week just to really achieve any sort of gains. Again, eventually they would start pushing again in the south, but the British would begin to take heavy casualties, so they sort of held off that assault there in the south. Alright, let me go ahead and replace. Keep spending a lot of money to replace these guns, but it's the best thing I can do at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and put him in the town. Alright, what do we got here in the south? Like I said, I really want to focus on their fighters for now. Like, if I can whittle down their area support, I'm not gonna have to worry. I can have free range. Alright, we did take him out. I just heard the noise. Let's go ahead and attack this Typhoon. Alright, so making progress. Alright, we'll launch an assault with this infantry unit. Have them take their place. If I move him, can I move him? No, I don't want to do that. We'll do that though. Alright, let's draw. I want to draw their armor into the open. And in support of my armor. Let's go ahead and get him back at full strength. Of course, he can't reach anything. I have to reinforce him. Alright. I guess that's all I'm gonna do for now. I feel like I'm gonna lose this 88 though. Because they just keep now, I'm okay with that for now. Them just focusing all their artillery on my 88. Because at least they're not hitting my infantry. But, yeah. It's not ideal. Alright. So let's go ahead and end this turn. Now, part of the problem was attrition for the Germans. The Germans were slowly whittled down, and of course, like the whole North African campaign, they had supply issues. And these issues were continuously compounded because of the fact that the British... I'm going to have to go after their bombers now. Because the British were actually sinking their tankers as they were approaching. So several German tankers were lost on the approach to hopefully supply Rommel's much-needed Panzer divisions. But unfortunately, these supplies will never get there. Like I said, the RAF controlled the Mediterranean and were able to sink the tankers before they reached Tobruk. So even though the Germans were able to take Tobruk, it was basically a short-lived victory because they were never able to really use that port to resupply at all, because all their shipping was, at this point, was getting sunk. Or not almost. So they are starting to break through. This is getting ridiculous. They have so much armor. This is so stupid. How do they expect us to actually be able to hold off? And now we just lost an infantry unit. They can't expect us to actually be able to hold off. Not against all this armor. This is one of the things I don't like about this game. Is they just throw their armor at you. It makes no sense. The game has so much armor. Like, you just have to focus so much on it in order to even have a chance in this game. I'm gonna lose these positions in the south. I just know it. There's no way I can hold off against these guys. Best I can do is just keep replacing him, and hopefully my Air Force will eventually start winning the day for me. And we took down one of the Boston bombers. Oh man, and they have more infantry coming up too. We get them, yeah, we got them to surrender at least. I'd rather get them up to full strength. Jeez. Alright, I was able to defeat him at least. Alright, we did lose another Panzer. I think it was a Panzer IV, I can't remember now. Either way, we'll replace it with a Panzer IV. And get him right into the battle. In that southern area. Hopefully he can hold off. Yeah, we'll shift this guy south. Actually, I don't think it was a pan. That's right, I lost a anti-tank gun and a infantry unit. That's what I lost. Oh well. Alright, we'll go ahead and end this turn. Wait, I do still have this unit I can use. Should have probably used him first. Yeah, he gets a kill. I guess that's okay. Alright, let's see what the British throw at me this turn. A little bit of an armored car. Now, the Italians were severely devastated after this battle, or even just during the battle. Most of the Italian infantry and tanks were lost, if not, or pretty much all the Italian tanks were lost. The infantry had taken heavy casualties across all lines. Both the Germans and the Italians were under strength. Like I said, this was really mostly a battle of attrition. Just slowly whittling down the Germans, which is exactly what they're doing to me right now. That's why I'm struggling so much. They just keep they're able to just pull out men and replace them with more. I really don't have that ability. I'm calling in as many men as I can, but the losses I'm taking are just right now very hard to keep up with. This is really where having a green army is very difficult. It's making things very difficult because I really don't have any experienced units at this point. I just keep getting forced back. At least we got him to pull out at least. Attack my infantry, that's fine. Ugh, god dang, I can't afford to take 3 casualties in one blow. Alright, jeez. Alright. Go out to him. Okay. Could probably use my other forces to hit him. That'll be good. Maybe get the overrun here. He doesn't get an overrun. But what I will do is I'll bring in this anti-tank. Oh, come on, 1 casualty. This guy has been giving me so much problems. This is ridiculous at this point. Maybe, I don't like doing this, but I'm just getting so frustrated at this one unit. There we go. Let's see if this infantry unit can finish him off. No, they just take some suppression. Oh well. Alright, build that guy back up. Let's go ahead and see if we can bring down this Boston bomber. Just about finish him off. Where can we do the most damage at this point? That's really all I'm focusing in on, is where I can do the most damage. If I want to achieve breakout here in the north, yeah, I should probably go after him. Keep whittling down these forces. Alright, so we got him to send. Let's go ahead and replace him. Alright, we got him to surrender. That's nice. We'll just let them keep coming into our kill zone. Alright. Let's try and do some damage to all this armor here in the middle. Maybe get a breakthrough here. Nope, no overrun. 1-1. And that was a slightly better turn than what we had been doing. Let's go ahead and get these guys as far as strength as we can. Might as well spend some prestige, get them fully upgraded. Alright, so we've pretty much taken down their whole air force. I think at this point, all they have left is this Typhoon. So that's good. The Southern Assault seems to be beaten back at this point. It's still all this armor clustered here in the middle that I'm really starting to struggle with. Or I'm struggling with, but it seems to be that I'm starting to turn the tide there, so we'll see what happens. Now on October 28th, Rommel did try to give one last attempt to keep the initiative, and he sent the 1st and 21st Panzer to attack I think it was the British middle. I know it was the 10th Corps. 10th Corps. And they made a little bit of gain, but eventually they were just overwhelmed. Again, they just didn't have the supply. They didn't have the manpower or the amount of forces they needed to actually make a significant push against the British. And most of their casualties would actually come at the hands of British artillery, which again was massed, sort of World War I style, against the Germans. So that was really Rommel's last chance to really keep the initiative and push the British back. Like I said, at this point, most of the Germans' lines were understrength, undersupplied, sickly. A lot of their troops were becoming ill because they didn't have the food, the water, or anything like that. And a lot of it was determined that they only had pretty much enough fuel to continue on for only a short amount of time. But because the British were no longer pushing south, Rommel then moves all his forces to the north, or most of his forces to the north, leaving mostly just the Italian forces in the south to deal with what troops the British had. Like I said, and then Rommel would skirmish throughout the next week, but really would have had nothing to show for his attempts to break through. Alright, that's something to show for it. I don't want to shift this tank that far south, but I will. Oh, we did get a breakthrough. Let me move up and hit this infantry. In fact, I'll do the same with this Panzer. And god dang it, they reinforced that god dang artillery piece again. I swear to God, I'm taking it out, guys. I'm done with it. I hate you! Alright. So we were able to break through there. Now encircle that unit. Let's go ahead and give them a good bombing. Of course, I can't attack with this tank gun. Alright. Alright, we sort of broke their middle now. Now, that makes me happy, guys. Because it was really looking kind of dire there for a little while. We might finally take down the last of their Air Force. One more blow. Alright, their Air Force is now taken care of. Let's go ahead and reinforce. Ooh. Crap. Alright, got them to surrender. And there we go. So we're starting to push again here in the middle near Myrta Ridge. Focus most of my attacks on that artillery piece. I think I'll shift him south a little too. Let them come into this salient. Okay. So things seem to have turned for the better. I was worried there, but I think things are beginning to turn. We got a lot of infantry here. Now granted, we got a lot of British artillery and infantry, but their armor is really whittled down at this point. Now I did move, I shouldn't have done that, I just thought about that. We do have that Indian infantry up on these heights that can fire down on this Panzer. It's going to give them the height advantage. So that's going to be a little unfortunate. They're probably going to take some casualties here. So hopefully, as long as the British don't have anything else in reserve, my god, if they have more in reserve. Oh, I do have a fighter down here. Let's see, where can we do the most damage? There we go. There we go. Alright, so as long as the British don't have more in reserve that they're about to bring on me, I think we'll be able to hold out for the next 3 turns. Okay, yeah. I think so. Alright, so let's go ahead and end this turn. And they are bringing up more forces. God dang it. It looks like just an anti-aircraft gun, though. That should be okay. So after, like I was saying, after about a week, the 9th Australian finally was able to sort of push the 90th Light Panzer Division from the heights. Now, technically the heights would have actually extended most of this way here. But they were able to push the, like it's it wasn't actually bad. They were able to push the 90th Light from the heights and then down the coast. And it was really at this point that Rommel begins to plan his retreat. He sees, oh no, wow, really? They took out that tank? My god. Really? They're gonna keep pursuing? Jesus. And poor infantry division. Oh, of course, now they're bringing up some anti-tank as well. Which is, of course, right in the way, but... What it? Oh, heavy infantry. So we did lose a tank. What was it? It was a Panzer 3L. Jeez. Alright, we'll let them come down off those heights. In the meantime, we'll just fall back. Maybe fall back this way. I'll take a 1-to-1 there. Actually, I should start with my Air Force. Alright. Get that Sherman. Alright, get the overrun. Should be able to hit that Panyard. I guess that's not a Panhard. Sorry. We'll just reinforce. We'll just reinforce. And we'll just reinforce. Yeah, I'm not going to bother reinforcing with that unit. Alright, and go ahead and move him here so we can fire on all troops. And actually, no. We'll just reinforce him. Might be actually able to take out that Sherman. We were! There we go. That Sherman's gone too. And I won't move this guy. I'll just reinforce. Reinforce along the lines. Alright, that is actually going to end this turn. We'll finish the battle in the next episode, though. So, thank you all for watching, and be sure to watch the following episode, which should end the Battle of El Alamein, one way or another. Alright, so thank you all for watching. This is General History Gaming, signing off. Bye-bye.